everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. Both teams come in ranked in the top 10 in total yards. It's the Texans going up against the Raiders. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, for only the second time, comes south of the border to Mexico City. Esta Noche, another installment in the International Series, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Houston Texans and the Oakland Raiders. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Offensive starters here. Wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, a talented wide receiver.
And he's still looking for that ultimate recognition. He wants to be mentioned with the best receivers in the game. His numbers suggest that we should do so.
On 2nd down, here's Osweiler. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. And now it's 3rd down. Quickly now, the starting 11 for the Oakland defense.
Aldon Smith had an absolute off-the-charts rookie season and continues to be one of the best playmakers at outside linebacker.
To throw is Osweiler. He's got the completion to Strong. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
C.J. Fedorowicz, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back, I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
Here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Play action. Now Osweiler. And he's going to go down. Back across midfield. He's sacked at the 46. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. Latavius Murray. They find some open field here. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 35. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. From the gun, it's Breeze. Finds Roberts left side. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line.
That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
That was 2nd down run for Murray. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they ask their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Fresh set of downs here.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn find open areas, find soft spots.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. On second down, here's Miller. They get 9 out of that one, and as a drive continues.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Now Osweiler on first down. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This is Miller. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. Now it's Osweiler. Setting up the screen for Miller. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So the offense has it first and 10. Miller, the lone setback. And they'll give it to him here. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Check. Hurry up, here we go.
Osweiler. And that'll be incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough third and 9. After the play fake, here's Osweiler. And that is incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
On the return, here's Dree Archer. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal, and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive, a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it.
On second down, here's Breeze. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. He's got the hook up to Andre Holmes. 18 yards the gain for number 18. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it, and now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it, we can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Breeze to throw on second down. Roberts with it over the middle. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll turn to the power game at Olawale. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. All week in practice, they stressed grounding, pounding the football, and they really executed it well there to get the first down.
That usually means getting back to being physical in practice, because when you emphasize pounding the football, it doesn't really come together unless you practice it the same way you're going to play it in the game. So that means more bodies, more pads, and a whole lot of popping last week, and they got it done in the game.
They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. Right side, there's Decker. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Eric Decker, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with it.
The extra point, that's it.
Now Osweiler on second down. Right side, caught Fedorowicz. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
So completion on second down, that brings up third. They go play action with Osweiler. And finding Fedorowicz. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
You mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field.
Detroit!
Back to the air. Osweiler after the pick six. And he's got it over the middle. Fedorowicz. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for him.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. Throwing now, Osweiler on first down. Dumps it complete to Miller. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll make it second down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On second down, Osweiler. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The former 49er, Aldon Smith, in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Back that up. Gun.
Off the play fake. Here's Osweiler. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Here's Shane Leckler now as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now Breeze throwing on second down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From midfield, here's Breeze. Brought in by Walford, right side. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Throw left side to the tight end, Walford. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of time. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you up to Orlando. And with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Larry Ridley. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start until.
I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A huge play there on the screen pass. 65 yards. Red zone opportunity. Now a play fake here on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The big tight end, Clive Walford, the intended target. And now it's second down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Ball spotted at the 4. It's second and goal. They pitch it out to Murray. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. They lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball. It doesn't work running the ball. And then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure to just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Andre Holmes, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, and guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
On third down, Osweiler. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And they're going to speed things up here. Osweiler will throw again. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clear. Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked off by Sean Smith. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. So out come the Raiders. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. In his own end zone, it's Breeze. Latavius Murray, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it's third down. So the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
From his end zone, it's Breeze on third and long. He finds Roberts, complete. And he's going to get this one all the way up past the 20-yard line. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
On second down, here's Breeze. Escaping the pressure right. Connects it to Roberts, right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. In his career, he has a spell of 10 straight seasons, 4,000 yards or more. Only quarterback to do that. We're seeing more of it here in this one.
We better not take it for granted, because what we're watching, it's vintage Drew Brees, but it still is excellent.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
2nd down here after the incomplete pass. Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. Roberts with it over the middle. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And the seemingly endless drive continues. Back now in Mexico City. Breeze going to try and throw on 3rd down. And able to find Decker. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it for sure as the drive.
Continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now. But you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting to run. Now they'll run. Murray. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Latavius Murray with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Osweiler underneath for Miller. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They go play action here on 1st down. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. And that was incomplete, but I don't know how much of that falls on the quarterback. He was pressured.
Brandon, the rush showed up so fast, the quarterback had no chance to get the ball downfield.
Here we go. Watching now, Barney. Over.
2nd and 10. It's Osweiler again. Trying to lay one up deep. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
10 yards to go on 3rd. To throw again is Osweiler. And now another one thrown incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
No. Check. Patriot. Leopard. No. Check. Patriot.
Here we go. It's Osweiler on 4th down. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. A 1st down carry now for Miller. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Play action. Now Osweiler. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
No. Check. Patriot.
Now Osweiler. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection to just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And this is going to be incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Green 39! Green 39!
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. Now from back at the 9 after that last play, this is 3rd and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Play action. It's Osweiler. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Man, a tough spot to drop that down here, 3rd and goal.
And so many times when you analyze a play like this, you talk about the people around him and maybe his focus was gone. Sometimes just simply him understanding how close he is to the end zone and a chance to score, and he tightens up and doesn't complete the play.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
He's got daylight. He's at the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, ending a great return that gets him all the way to the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. It's caught. Reception by Holmes. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
All kinds of time. Eluding the pressure right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
A big run that time by Murray. 44 yards on the ground. I guess that's what happens when you give the current NFL rushing leader that much room.
And when you do, all you're doing is solidifying his standing at the top of the leaderboard. He's going to continue to get more and more yards. Good luck trying to chase him down.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Breeze to throw on 2nd down. Eric Decker was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion.
Ready, under. Wide, get wide.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him, unable to bring him to the ground. The 4-time All-Pro, J.J. Watt, in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Out is Janikowski now for the Raider field goal try. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And Janikowski bangs it through, and their lead will swell up to 28. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
And now out comes Houston. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
On second down, Osweiler. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Here's Osweiler, and this is going to be incomplete.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding third and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They come out here in the eye. Osweiler with a sneak. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
It seems like, and it is a gamble on their side of the field, but they have supreme confidence in picking it up on quarterback sneak. You can just feel it from this team.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. This time, Osweiler will throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
He finds Hopkins complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And quickly they get to the line.
All right, now, look at 56. Here we go.
They go play action here on first down. Strong grabs it over the middle. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return. But I don't think they care. They've got the football back. And not great starting field position here for the offense. They come up in an offset eye. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Bree's going to throw here. Holmes has got it complete. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. Now the play clock hits 0 here, and we're going to get a delay. So the penalty by the offense, and now they face a 1st and 15. Following the penalty, it's Murray. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Well, partner, even though my phone alarm failed me this morning and I missed our AM workout, we still made it through this thing together, didn't we?
Well, you always know I need extra workouts just to keep up with you, so it doesn't matter. But thanks for sharing a booth, and thanks for being our quarterback. Yeah.